I'm John, your YouTube English teacher. In this lesson, we're going to study 12 idioms or expressions for frequency or time. Remember, there are exercises in the community section and more if you're a channel member. Let's go. Number 1, once in a lifetime. I can't believe we're actually here to see the northern lights. I'm so glad we made this trip. You know, this is something we'll always remember. Let's make the most of it. This is a once in a lifetime event. Seeing the northern lights was a once in a lifetime opportunity for them. A rare or unique event that is unlikely to happen again. Climbing Mount Everest is a once in a lifetime adventure. The concert by the legendary band was a once in a lifetime experience. Remember that once is a word that means one time. A lifetime is a word that means a whole or entire life. Maybe you're wondering about the hyphens in this expression. Those hyphens are there to tell us that this expression is an adjective that describes something. A once in a lifetime event. Number 2, once in a blue moon. Do you still play your guitar? Sure, I practice once in a blue moon. You were pretty good. You should play more often. Maybe I will. It's been too long. He picks up his guitar once in a blue moon. Very rarely or infrequently. She treats herself to a fancy dinner once in a blue moon. They travel abroad once in a blue moon due to their busy schedules. The origin of this expression is not very clear, but it's pretty old. Over time, the definition came to mean infrequently. Number 3, every so often. Visiting our old neighborhood brings back a lot of memories. True, but it's changed a lot over the years. How often do you visit? Every so often. I like to keep the memories of this place fresh. They revisit their old neighborhood every so often. Occasionally, but with no regular pattern. Every so often, he'll surprise his team with an office lunch. She enjoys going for a long hike every so often to clear her mind. This idiom doesn't really have an explanation. You should just memorize it. Remember that to sound like a native speaker, the word often is better pronounced without the T, but often with the T is still acceptable. Number 4, from time to time. It's so different living out here in the countryside. You're right, it's completely different than the city. Do you ever miss that lifestyle? Sure, from time to time, but I like it out here. She misses the city from time to time. Occasionally, not regularly, but periodically. He'll call his parents from time to time to see how they're doing. They normally cook for dinner, but they'll go out for a meal from time to time. This is a phrase you should also just memorize. Number 5, day in, day out. Your job looks so tedious. How do you stay motivated? It's tough, but I focus on my responsibilities and my goals. More power to you. Doing that day in and day out seems so impossible to me. I know what you mean. Sometimes I can't stand it. He goes to his job day in and day out, continuously and repetitively, without change. She works on her craft day in and day out, perfecting her skills. The security guard watches the cameras day in and day out. Day in implies that the day starts, the beginning. Day out implies that the day ends. So this idiom is kind of like from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, every day. Very tedious and boring and repetitive. Number 6, once and for all. I think I'm ready to jump. Are you sure? You've always been afraid of skydiving. I'm sure. I'm going to conquer this fear once and for all. Good luck. You can do anything. She's ready to conquer her fear of skydiving once and for all. Now and for the last time, decisively. The peace treaty aimed to resolve the conflict between the countries once and for all. The software update was supposed to fix the bug once and for all. Once, of course, means one time. To remember for all, we can kind of think of it as for always or forever. For always doesn't exist in English. It's just a way to remember this. The expression once and for all means once and it's finished forever. Number 7, on and off. Do you still play the piano? Yeah, it's great, but I don't have much time for lessons. Are you still taking lessons? On and off. I'm trying to find more time. He's taking lessons on and off. Not continuously or regularly. He's been trying to learn French on and off for years. They've been renovating their house on and off, trying to finish everything. If you remember from our lessons about phrasal verbs, on usually means energy or power or electricity. Off is the opposite, no energy, no power, no electricity. So, when this person is on, that means they're doing something with energy. When they're off, there's no energy. So you can see that this is not a continuous activity. On and off. Number 8, 9 times out of 10. Do you want to watch a movie with me? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. What kind of movie do you want to watch? Wait, I know. Comedy, right? Of course. You know that I'll pick a comedy movie 9 times out of 10. She'll choose a comedy movie 9 times out of 10. Almost always. Very frequently. She'll order the same dish at her favorite restaurant 9 times out of 10. If there's a technical issue, 9 times out of 10, it's a simple fix. A number out of another number represents a fraction in English, which is like a percent of a number. Here, 9 times out of 10 means 90% if you do the math. This way of speaking references numbers, percentages, and division. Number 9, every other day. You really love going to the gym. I do. It's my favorite activity, but I can't go every day. How often do you go? Every other day. That gives my body a little time to rest. He goes to the gym every other day, with a day in between. He waters the plants in the garden every other day. They clean the office every other day. Every other is a time expression. This means every second. We can say every other day, every other week, every other hour, etc. Number 10, at times. I really love living by myself and being independent. I understand, but do you ever miss living with your parents? Sure, at times. I think that's pretty natural. I never miss living with them. I love living in my own place. At times, he misses living with his parents. Sometimes, not always. At times, she misses the simplicity of her childhood. He finds the solitude peaceful at times, but lonely at others. At times really just means sometimes. Of course, sometimes is the more common expression. But when we use at, such as at 5 o'clock, at midnight, at noon, we're being a little more specific about the time. Number 11, time and time again. I feel like such an idiot. What's wrong? I keep making the same mistake. It's like I never learn. Yeah, but you also succeed. I've seen you do it time and time again. Don't give up. I've seen you succeed time and time again. Repeatedly, on many occasions. Time and time again, the community has come together to support those in need. His advice was invaluable time and time again. Time here kind of means one time, so time and time again shows us that it repeats. Number 12, on a regular basis. That new book club looks amazing. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad that I joined it. It keeps me active and interested. Nice. How often do you meet with them? We meet on a regular basis, every Wednesday. The book club meets on a regular basis, frequently and with a consistent pattern. To improve his skills, he practices the guitar on a regular basis. It's important to keep in touch with friends on a regular basis. Regular implies that this is a routine, and the word basis is related to base or foundation. So we kind of have a routine foundation, a regular basis, something that's frequent. As always, thank you so much for watching. In the description, I left a lot of resources to help you improve your English, including a 50% discount for a lesson on Preply with a native English speaker. You can also find more information about me, your YouTube English teacher. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.